Belore de la Na.
Captain Dawnrunner really took a chance on me. Letting a mage become a Farstrider, there is much more running than I expected, and lifting, and dirt. But I won't let the Rangers down.
Sinu Amanore.
With all the problems facing Eversong, the Farstriders have their hands full. I am a capable arcanist. I've always admired the Farstriders. Why not lend my talents to their cause? They do so much work by hand, when a bit of magic would allow them so much more time for adventuring. Alas, my enchanted broom idea has not quite gone as I'd hoped. They're so ornery they end up attacking the recruits instead of cleaning. Perhaps this is a problem for elbow grease after all.
We shall not falter.
I've always dreamed of being a Farstrider, the adventure, the romance, the beauty of nature. When they put out a call for help, I knew I had to join. Captain Dawnrunner assigned me to the library initially, but with everything going on, we all have to be flexible. I don't mind, but I had hoped to collect all the overdue books before being sent on a real assignment. If you find any, would you bring them to the library for me? And feel free to give them a read. There are some interesting volumes.
A new Vala Balorialan.
I'm out of range.
With perseverance, strength.
Even a captain has to get down on their knees and wax canoes, sometimes.
We shall not falter. Glory to the Sindorai.
Captain Dawnrunner really took a chance on me, letting a mage become a Farstrider. There is much more running than I expected, and lifting, and dirt, but I won't let the Rangers down.
Baladash, Malanore.
Captain
Glory to the
Dawnrunner really
Sindorai.
took a chance. Captain Dawnrunner, the sweeping will still need to get done, but at least now no one will be attacked.
May the eternal sun guide you. Baladash, Malanore.
It really takes everyone to get through times like these.
With perseverance, strength.
It might seem like a small thing, but the small things add up.
Sun chase your shadows. Anu Belore Delana.
The Farstriders exist to protect Eversong from threats great and small. And the small doesn't just disappear in the face of the great. I took a chance on Taemin because he understands that, even if he has some rosy notions of how we go about things.
Glory to the Sindorai.
Ranger Valcerin is a chef at Farstrider Hold. He is decent in a kitchen, but his passion is field cooking. There was a time when you could wander any path in Eversong and find the ingredients for a good meal. A Farstrider's dream. With enough hard work, we can help the forest recover, and it starts with rehabilitating the soil. Meet Valcerin at the North Tower, and he can tell you more.
Sunwell's glory shine on you.
Ranger Astare is one of our veterinarians. She usually cares for our lynxes, but the mana worm molt is too crucial to the health of the forest to go unmonitored. The worms regulate the flow of magic from the ley lines to the rest of the woods. When the ley lines were disrupted, so was their molting season. It is not so dire as it once was, but they still need help from time to time. Meet Astarai at the Central Tower. She can tell you more.
We shall not falter. What needs bringing?
This is a much higher concentration of mana worms than I was expecting. I wonder if the light bloom is affecting their migration patterns. It is a good thing we came. They might need more help than usual. Molting. The mana worms molt several times a year. Whenever they've engorged themselves on enough mana, they'll shed the old carapace and grow a new one. That shed carapace dissipates, spreading arcane magic throughout the forest, until it eventually flows back into the ley lines. It is a crucial part of Eversong's ecosystem. With all this chaos disrupting the natural flow of mana, we Farstriders have to step in.
Baladash, Malanor.
It is a good thing we came. There are more mana worms here than usual.
Anubala Belorealan.
This is a much higher concentration. Mana worms may not be as glamorous as lynxes or hawkstriders, but they're crucial to keeping magic flowing through the forest. They congregate on the ley lines to molt, but sometimes they get a little agitated, and we have to help them out. Aggressively, I've set up some ley channels to get things started. Find worms that look like they could use a little help, and beat them up until they shed their arcane carapace. Don't worry, all that mana returns to the forest eventually.
Sun, chase your shadows.
I can't attack that.
We endure.
This is a much higher constant. Don't worry, they bounce right back.
We endure.
Another successful molt. We'll be out here in a few weeks to do it all again.
Shoreleron.
Senua Manore.
Hope you like getting your hands dirty.
With perseverance, strength.
It is hard to believe this used to be the Dead Scar. Up here, close to the city, the land has almost completely recovered, which is good, because we've got a lot of mouths to feed. Hawkstriders are the perfect helpers for preparing the soil. Their tough claws can easily spread seeds and squash bugs. Meet me down in the tranquil repose and I'll saddle one up for you.
Shorelara. We endure.
This land is a far cry from what it could be, but it has come a long way from what it was. Little by little, life renews with nourishment. Oh, all sorts of things. Herbs and leafy greens will be the first to sprout, and then berry bushes and trees to drop nuts. Once they shade the soil, mushrooms will crop up at their roots. But that is just the start. The bushes will hide rabbits and birds, which will feed the lynxes and hawkstriders, which will spread more seeds. It is all a cycle. When we eat, everybody eats.
We shall not
This
fall.
land is a
What needs bring you here? Glory
This
to the
land is a
Sindora.
far cry. Nothing like planting seeds.
Baladash Malanore.
I don't know what to make of those big blooms, but whatever we're doing, the land seems pleased.
Sunwell's glory shine on you.
This land is a far
Perseverance,
cry from what it could be.
Despite being new to the Farstriders, Tammin has the hardest assignment. Eversong Woods has mostly recovered, but the further south you go, the more dangerous things get. He is a capable mage, though, and we need his nose for magic. We'll meet you down there once things are wrapped up here. Captain Dawnrunner was going to provide backup. She should be there by now.
Anu Bala Balore Alan.
Anu Belore Delana.
This kind of tough work is what being a Farstrider is all about. I won't shy away from it. Deathhelm was the source of much of it. Closer to the city, we've made improvements, but the South sat largely abandoned for a long time. It is only recently the Farstriders have been able to patrol it again, so all that vile magic lingers in the soil, and traces of it grow into the plants, and then animals eat the plants, and it becomes a little more concentrated, and then when animals eat other animals, well, you can see how it becomes quite the problem.
What needs bring you
This kind
here?
of tough... I am not worried. This is what being a Farstrider is all about.
We shall not falter.
This kind of tough work is what much of the forest has recovered, but to the south, everything that Eversong has faced. The Scourge, the Fell, and now the Twilight's Blade. All that magic leaches into the soil. It builds up in the creatures until they're completely overwhelmed. My instruments can detect corruption in these animals. We can cull the ones that are too far gone and save the ones that aren't. It isn't fun, but it is for the good of Eversong.
Sunwell's glory shine on you. We endure. A new Bellore Delana.
This kind of tough work is what being a Farstrider is. It is hard work, but it will bring peace eventually.
We endure.
These poor cubs. They survived only by the grace of that strange magic. I know better than to believe in the old tales. But what else could it be?
A new Bala Baloria.
This kind of tough work is what Captain Dawnrunner was supposed to check on the Enclave and then meet us here. She is as capable a ranger as any. It is a bad sign if she has been detained. Farstrider Enclave is usually where they do wilderness training. With all the trouble, however, everyone's been dispatched elsewhere. She could be up there alone, in serious danger. There is no time to lose. I am going to save my captain and prove myself as a Farstrider.
May the eternal sun guide you.
Anu Bellore Delana.
This is what happens when there is no one around to sweep up. Everyone wants to adventure, but no one wants to sweep.
May the eternal sun guide you.
We've been deploying Farstriders across the forest to fight the Amani, the Lightbloom, the Void. But for all our heroics, there is no one left to tend to the wildlife, or maintain the building, or keep track of supplies. And now our beloved Enclave looks like a Hawkstrider pen. I've had enough. I may not be able to help, but I trust you all can gather anything that was taken and get this place looking respectable again.
Sunwell's glory shine on you.
Sinu Amanore.
Captain Dawnrunner is fine, thank the sun. The only danger was we didn't keep up on our chores. It is not heroic, it is not romantic, but we can't go on with Farstrider Enclave in this state. The rangers here are overwhelmed. We can all pitch in to help them get it cleaned up again. I can't believe it all comes back to sweeping. That is what being a Farstrider is really about.
Sunwell's glory shine on you. Baladash, Malanore.
Target something first.
We endure.
It is not as bad as it looks, and it is only this bad because we Rangers are needed so badly elsewhere.
Captain Dawnrunner sighs.
Still, the Farstrider Enclave is supposed to represent us. It should be kept neat at the very least.
Anu Belore Delana.
My Rangers are earning their keep today, that is for certain.
Shoreleron.
If we want to be of any use to the rest of Eversong, first we must pick up after ourselves.
Glory to the Sindorai.
This is a good start. All it takes is a handful of us putting in a little effort.
We shall not falter.
This is a good start. All it takes is a handful of us putting in a little effort. Tammin has proved himself as capable as any Farstrider today, but I am afraid he might not see it that way. He came to us with such lofty ideas about the Rangers, all those swashbuckling adventure stories, all the romantic old legends, but at the end of the day, being a Ranger is mostly chores, difficult, boring, important chores. Why don't you go talk to him and make sure he is not too disappointed?
Baladash, Malanore.
We rescued our captain from a twisted ankle. We saved Farstrider Enclave from dust and scavengers. I guess I've finally proven myself as a real Farstrider.
Sunwell's glory shine on you. Glory to the Sindorai.
The legends are real. Eversong must be pleased with us.
We shall not falter.